Today marks day one of our 11-day cruise here in Asia. So if you're interested in learning about Embarkation Day, make sure you keep on watching and welcome back. This is Tierra Querida. Before you made it to the port, you will have to have already done the online check-in. So make sure you either do that on your website or on their website on your computer, or you can also do it on the mobile app, which I suggest you go ahead and download prior to heading to the cruise, just because you want to make sure you have stable connection to where you can download the app easily. You have a login, and also that way you can access the app at any time without having to worry about finding internet, so you can download the app later throughout the cruise. One important thing to note on the online check-in is that you will have to select a time frame. It's a 30-minute window for you to arrive there at the port. You can arrive a little bit earlier, and for the most part, that's usually okay. I personally like to pick the latest time. That way, if I have to travel a good distance, like for this cruise, it was about an hour and some change distance from Bangkok to the cruise port. And I wanted to make sure, in case I ran into traffic or something happened, that I had enough time to make it to my time slot. And with that, I didn't have any issues. So yeah, make sure you either set an alarm, put it on your calendar, or, have someone call you if you're that bad with time management so you don't miss your time slot. Before you reach the staff, you want to make sure you have your passport, a printed copy of your boarding pass, and also a second form of identification, such as your driver's license. They will keep your passport and put a sticker with your room number and hold on to it because of the different countries have different regulations, and then they'll give it back to you later, and then you'll have to pick it up towards the end of the cruise. This will, having all your documents ready to go will allow for your check-in process to go a lot faster. If you are scared of getting your luggage lost, make sure you put either like a note card, or you have one of those luggage tags with your information. They will mark it with one of those like sticker things that they put when you check in your bag at the airport, and they will be delivered to your room later, as they make sure that you don't have anything you're not supposed to, like an iron, or I don't know, a steamer, things like that, alcohol sometimes, or water. So make sure that you don't bring those things in your luggage, otherwise they'll hold it longer and it'll go to luggage jail and you will have to pick it up. But if you don't have any of that stuff, then it shouldn't take long for it to get to your room. Once you finish your check-in stuff, they will hand you a printed out copy, like a key card for you to have throughout the cruise, and you will need this with you at all times for, when you go sit down at one of the restaurants, or you order drinks, or especially if you're getting on and off the cruise, you will need this thing. So make sure you keep this on you. A lot of people like to have lanyards. I just like to put it in my purse so I don't lose it. And then also because I like to carry a crossbody so I can put all my belongings in there. Now that you're on the cruise ship, you can either head out to eat at the main dining room or at one of the many restaurants, or you can head to your room or by hanging up at the pool. It just kind of depends on what you want to do. But I personally suggest that you go ahead and take care of your mustard drill, or if you're hungry, eat and then head to mustard drill. The way you'll know where you need to go will be on your key card. And I hope you can see if I'll answer a picture. But it'll be at the bottom right-hand corner, and mine was C2, which happened to be at Oceans, which was where I was having lunch. Oceans is a sports bar / grill, so I just had a quick lunch and then went to do my mustard drill, which literally all they did was scan the card and then called it a day, and it was super easy. You can ask one of the staffs where you need to go, and just make sure you complete it that same day. Otherwise, you will have to do it another day. And it's super quickly. So just try to do it on day one. Another thing that I suggest you do on day one is book any dining reservations. They do book out in advance and book out really fast, especially on the first couple days and the last couple days. So make sure you maybe book something in between, or, whenever you feel like it. But, just remember that they suggest you book them in advance for that same reason, that they book very, very fast. If you still have energy to burn, I suggest you go over to the gym, or you can go over to play basketball, tennis, or have a swim. There's so much to do. But just remember that a lot of these things, like especially the pool, will be very packed on day one. So just maybe walk around at first and see what you're feeling like doing that day, and then make your choice from there. Another suggestion is for you to check out the daily cruise planner, and there you will find a detailed, sometimes by the hour or half hour, of different things that they have going on. Sometimes they'll have shows, or they'll have like a gallery or gallery kind of like hunt kind of thing where you name the different art pieces, and then you get some free artwork, which I did, and that was really cool. So yeah, just make sure you check out the Daily Cruise Planner for some ideas on things that you can do. One of the probably more important financial tips for embarkation day, especially before you sail away, is to make sure you turn on your phone to airplane mode. Otherwise, you will come home to a hefty bill from your service provider, and you probably don't want that after a nice relaxed vacation. So make sure you do that, and again, set a reminder if you need to set your phone to airplane mode. Lastly, if your bags have already arrived at your room and you're kind of hanging out in your room in that day, I would suggest that you go ahead and put your clothes in the closet, or like the drawers and your other belongings, so it feels a little bit more like home and not a hotel room that you're just staying for a couple of nights. Another thing that I would suggest is go ahead and ask for the ironing board and iron things that you need to iron, unless you're going to send it off for, to get your clothes dry cleaned and ironed, which can get really expensive really fast. And so I personally just go ahead and iron as much as I can in that hour that they give you. And then, if you need it again, just order it the next day. You do have to be present for drop off and pickup, and you only have 1 hour to take care of your ironing needs. So make sure you take care of that as soon as possible, and then, they'll come and knock at your door and ask for the ironing board back. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And if you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.